about the game today?
I thought it was a good game. We started off a little slow, but we picked it up at the end.
And with a lot of changes that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made today, what would you say? Would you give the team's performance overall? What did you think?
Oh, I'd say 6 to 7. I think we should have done better against Reading, but
Right.
players didn't play with each other very much. There just wasn't a lot of that communication with each other.
So you could see because there was not a lot of fluidity and a bit sometimes a bit disjointed, right? You thought so?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there any standout player for you in today's game? Was there any player who stood out for you?
I think Lukaku really ran out hard. Rashford, when he came on, had speed all day, and he could have pushed more. I think.
Right.
Midfield, Fred, he tried too hard.
Yes. I agree. Now our next game, I mean, we've got through the first round of the FA Cup, which is the first match. Our next game to next week is Premiership returns, is away to Tottenham, who are chasing the league title apparently. But United away. Any predictions for that game for you next week?
I'd be happy with a draw. Honestly. I don't know if we've got enough to take it to them yet.
No.
I think we're still trying to
Find this balance.
I think between find a balance, Ole's he's brought in a lot of freedom for the players, but I think they have to get out of their mindset of what they do with Marino, which is position,
right,
and structure.
Right.
So.
Okay, Rob. One last question. Now that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has taken over United, do you like the flow, the football United are playing now than what we used to play under Mourinho? Are you happy, or you still want to give it time?
I think Ole's doing a good job. I think giving the players freedom. I've read a couple places that our players, we have skilled players. We have great players.
That's right.
But under Marino, he's tactician. It's position. If you're not here, get here. And I like people that score things like Ronaldo and Messi. It's a freedom to move around the field.
Giving the creative players to express themselves.
Yes.
No handbrakes on your football. Just let the handbrake go. Let this free flow.
I mean, well, they'll score a goal on us here and there on defense, but you know what? That's United football. Is push, score. Make chances.
There you go. All right, Rob, thank you for speaking to Soccer Lucky, the Man United action. We shall see you next week, and hopefully we should get a good result against Tottenham. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Marcel, what do you think of the game today?
Good performance today. Another clean sheet. Another win. Performing real well, playing real well. Now, it was interesting about this one because we had a bunch of the young kids on the pitch today, people who don't normally start with starting today, and the first 15-20 minutes were a little bit rocky, but then they got the chemistry down and it ended up working out very well. Some really good shots. My only bad takeaway is, why are you bringing Fellaini on? Why Fellaini? He had a shot in front of goal, and what did he do? He tapped it directly to the keeper. Embarrassing. It's sad. Dude can barely pass.
He didn't really contribute anything.
He didn't really give anything. And on top of it, not only did he not give anything, he took away from the chemistry of the team because they can't press the same way and they can't counterattack the same way when he is on the pitch. So that's why I was like, Fellaini was just like not the answer today. Sanchez got hurt. Oh, God,
and we've got Tottenham next week.
Just great. That's just what we needed, for him to be hurt. Rashford was very good today, but he was trying to do too much.
Yes, I noticed.
That opportunity that he had in front of goal. He can win 4 Ballon d'Ors. No one's ever going to let him forget that. He's never going to be able to forget that. But for the most part, it was a good performance. Another clean sheet, another win, 5 in a row. Let's just keep it rolling. Real good.
Was there any standout player for you? Any player who stood out for today's game? Is there any player?
Pereira stood out for me. I mean, there was a couple of times when he gave the ball away when he shouldn't have, but for the most part, he was actually very good today. I really liked him. Fred, if he gets his conditioning right, will be fantastic because Fred was really out there hustling. He was doing his very best out there. He put in the shift today. I really enjoyed seeing him play. And by the way, Lukaku, sometimes he was great, sometimes he wasn't, but I think with more game time, he'll be just fine.
Right. So, yeah. I know that the lineup was changed today. Did you think it affected the fluidity of the team performance today?
Well, we weren't even playing with. Well, we were not playing with most of who you normally play with.
Right.
So there wasn't going to be any fluidity today. These guys kind of had practice, get together and then just try to go out there and try to make something happen. But they were able to do it. But they were able to, fortunately. McTominay was actually very good out there. Fred, McTominay, and Pereira actually like that midfield from an attacking standpoint, not so much from a defensive standpoint, but from an attacking standpoint, I really enjoyed it. So they were able to get the ball in the final third the whole life.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the team performance today?
What, 7.5, 8?
7.5?
Yeah.
8?
Yeah,
All right.
8.
We qualified for the fourth round of the FA Cup, so went to the draw for the fourth round. Our next game in Premier League, we're away to Tottenham. Any predictions?
No, you know I don't do predictions. I do not do predictions.
You don't want to jinx it?
Look, I'm taking my Juventus prediction that I was right about, and I'm quitting because I said that we were going to win that game. Everybody laughed me out the pub. I ended up being right, so I'm quitting while I'm ahead.
Okay. Right, we're away next week, and Premiership returns next week, so we shall see. Hopefully we win it. We get a good game next week against Tottenham away.
This is going to be the so-called real test that everybody's talking about. It's going to be the real test, blah, blah, whatever.
Yeah,
every team's a real test. Don't give me that nonsense.
So I think people are kind of putting pressure on Ole to see what he's really capable of, because we're away to Tottenham, who are chasing the title.
When was the last time we won 5 games in a row?
I don't know. Because Ole Gunnar has achieved the record winning 4 in a row.
I understand that. What everybody's talking. When was the last time we won 5 games in a row?
I can't remember. I don't know.
Exactly.
I have to check
We can't remember the last time we won 5 games in a row.
Right. I have to check the books.
So, based upon that, he's done better than everybody else because you can't even remember when we won 5 games in a row last time.
Him winning 4 in a row against Newcastle, he equals Sir Matt Busby from 1946, who won 4 in a row as a new manager.
Right.
No new manager has won 4 in a row.
Exactly.
So 5 in a row is a new chapter.
You can't consider what teams we played though at the 5-0.
I understand that. I understand that.
You can only beat who they put in front of you.
Let's go back to the previous managers. They won 5 in a row.
Even Alex Ferguson
got
relegated the first season.
Not even Sir Alex.
Yeah.
So what he is doing, he's getting the best out of these players right now. And because he is getting the best out of these players, on top of that, look at how we are playing. When was the last time we played like that? When was the last time we were actually pressing another team, getting back on counterattack, and having, oh my God, one-touch football? That hasn't happened since 2013.
That's true.
So you can say they haven't beaten anybody or whatever, but they are playing the Manchester United way because the guy who is actually coaching right now understands that.
The United
That's
way.
the most important thing. They understand how United is supposed to play.
There you go.
Everything else that happened between Moyes and Jose, that wasn't the United way. They weren't playing that way. They were playing their way, and that was the problem. But now you have somebody who is in the club, who gets it, who's been here for 15 years, who has this team playing the way it's supposed to play. That's enough for me right now.
All right, Marcel, Mr. Pression, we appreciate it. We shall see you next week against Tottenham. Thank you very much.